YouTube, welcome to Cafe Enoma and welcome to our reaction to King Diamond. We are going to react to the song Masquerade of Madness. Oh, this title sounds quite familiar. We reacted to lots and lots of songs. In fact, several albums by King Diamond. So it sounds very familiar, Masquerade of Madness, but maybe the first time that we are going to listen and react to it. Don't remember still. This is requested by our patron Marco.
Oh, wow. This was well done. Well done by King Diamond once again. Heard him so many times doing the same thing. He's consistent, that's for sure. He's disciplined, he's consistent. I don't know if this is a recent song, old song. I don't know any of that. And that's what we do here. We sit down and listen to music. We do it totally unprepared. We don't do our research and things like that. We want to make an unscripted, single take, impromptu reaction video. That's what we've done for more than 5 years now and more than 7,600 times. So this song was great. Very well sung by King Diamond. I liked it. I enjoyed the way he sung it. Yeah, the lyrics, yeah, you can't really take it to heart. You can't really decipher them at times. And you can't really, discuss them too much. It may be part of a longer story. And that's one of the reasons I shy away from discussing things when it comes to artists such as King Diamond, because you can't take it in isolation. But the way he changes his voice, it's well done. You know it's him by now. Obviously,
Yeah,
I know
used
the
to.
voice changes are him, but the way he does it, it's not easy to do. That is one thing that not too many artists. In fact, I think there may be less than 5 artists I have heard in the last 5 years who make these voice changes so well. So frequently, so well, so smoothly. And of course, King Diamond is the topmost one on that list. So it's well done. It's well done. I've heard some R&B artists do it, and at times it's weird. It's weird because they try to be something they're not. Here, it's King Diamond doing it, and that's the beauty
He
of
does
it.
multiple things also,
Because
not just this.
he's representing another character,
Yeah,
another person,
yeah.
and it's King Diamond doing it. It's not that he's trying totally to be that other person with his voice, because that ruins it, because that will put a strain on his voice and it will make it sound ugly or weird at times. So that is something that I love that King Diamond does. He keeps it his own. It's his own voice, but he changes it to the best of his ability, and quite frequently. The others I've heard, they try to change it, they try to sound like another person altogether, which is weird. It sounds weird at times, it sounds strange. You can't really enjoy the song anymore. So here you can totally enjoy it. It's of course another horror theme going on in the lyrics, but that's what King Diamond is known for. But it just sounds so good. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely sounded like one song from a theme album, a complete theme album. Could be third, fourth, or something like that, because the story has already begun and something is going on. It reminded me of one of the albums. I don't remember the name of all albums that we have reacted to, but one of the albums where an evil couple used to keep the eyes in the jars, and all jars filled with different people's eyes, the victim's eyes, and where he's trying to rescue his wife from those because his wife has fallen prey. So it sounded like one of those stories. One thing, I don't know why did it not occur to me in the past couple of years when we were reacting to King Diamond on a regular basis. But if King Diamond actually made an effort and started producing movies with these concepts, because his concepts are quite, scary and ghost movie. Ghost movies don't have to be scary per se. Not everybody gets scared of everything. It's an element of surprise. It's element of creative thinking, and how far can a person creatively think, and imagine all the imagination that you can put together. So for me, not all ghost movies actually are scary, or they frighten me, or I get bad nightmares, etc. But what happens is I like the creativity of it all. I like the imagination of the person, that how far the imagination has gone, and he has that kind of imagination for some reason, because of his region of not being from America, or this where the clout is for entertainment of the West. He gets left out completely with so much creativity and so much imaginative personality. If he started, actually, if he could consider, and somebody else, if somebody could do that, create movies, ghost movies out of, or horror movies out of these concepts, they would go far, farther than what he's been reaching. Because there's also an element that I don't know why, for some reason he is associated with the anti-god or antichrist thing also, because a couple of songs that we reacted to, that takes away the creativity and takes away the charm of this whole dark space that you are trying to be. One thing is that you are trying to be in the dark, and the other thing is completely another thing, trying to be anti-god. They are two different things. You don't have to merge them together. Be creative, but you don't have to touch the other. Because there are people, then I believe in God, but I like the stuff that he's doing. So if somebody, and then he turns completely anti-God and tries to defame God, then I will start distancing myself. So people, not necessarily who love horror stuff, they are, they don't believe in God. They all believe in God. but they like that, the whole sensation and thrill and everything out about it. But when you start doing everything, then it makes people go away from you. And I think somewhere he's made that mistake of him associating himself with too much into the dark. You be creative, but you don't have to identify yourself as this or that. And his stories have been amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it reaches King Diamond, and I like the effort that Marco puts to promote him all the time. And it's good, having a fandom like that. I like the way this video was made too. It was very clear, it was nice, and it is impactful. You remember these images, especially, I don't know if you made this, Marco, but you remember these images for far too long. But there is a fear of people, not fear of the content, but fear of who it is coming from. And that gets taken over largely for the audience.
I mean, King Diamond, yeah.
He's creative.
Creative for sure. And I like what he does with his, the themes of his albums as well as the other things. But yeah, to be honest, I never heard of him before.
Yeah.
Before I started listening to him. And I think most people in this part of the world as well as most parts of the world have never ever heard of King Diamond. And the reason is purely because of what Kirti said.
And Savya, here in this part of the world, and I think rest of the part of the world, young people, children especially, love horror stuff. They know almost all the horror
India is the
movies that comes.
biggest market for all
for
these
so
things.
many things. So
For the
if
media
he
in the world
only
today.
got stuck to
It's
this
way ahead
and
of anyone
not
else, even the US.
explode others, it's
Even South
just
Korea is
sad
way
thing.
ahead of all of them as far as the media industry is
The
concerned.
exposure, yeah.
So we are the most developed when it comes to that and most popular and biggest in the world by far. So if he's not known here, it's sad.
There's
because-
something wrong.
Yeah, because here a lot of people like all these themes, but
Not the way it is coming.
the way who it's coming from and what he
What he is
stands for
associating
personally
himself.
or pretends to stand for, that is something that most people won't like in this part of the world. Either ways, there are movies also made on these topics. Recently,
I
there's
know,
a
and he could be
movie
one of
called
those great
Kantara,
people.
where
Hey, that's not a ghost movie.
where it's for me, a person who doesn't understand anything. You see, spiritual beings dancing
Yeah, that
with
is there,
costume
yeah.
and
That's God.
colored faces and all that. What King Diamond also
Depictions of
does
God.
is purely inspired by those kind of characters from India,
Yeah.
where colored faces and all that.
One of his
and
stories
costumes.
had Sarita
Yeah,
or something, right?
so all these things, many people have copied and been inspired by Indian culture, and so this movie has those themes, So yeah,
It's a great movie, though.
for someone who doesn't understand that, you will get scared when you see all that. But then it's also beautifully portrayed, and the way it is shown, the action sequences towards the end of the movie, absolutely amazing in Kantara. One of the best. I mean, in the West today, most of them do all these fake stunts and
All the
fake
green screen stuff.
animations and
VFX.
green stuff and all that weird
Green.
stuff, which makes it look so weird.
Fake.
When you watch a movie like Kantara, the end sequence, the end fighting scene, absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. It's scary, it's prolific, it's beautifully done, absolutely amazing. So yeah, King Diamond could have had similar popularity as the movie Kantara has in India. It's released recently and doing very well. It could have had similar popularity because his themes are just
I like
like
his
that.
creativity and the color and
But
everything.
when you stand against
You don't have to do that.
supreme being, then you make yourself tiny in the process.
You are then fighting against larger force.
Yeah.
Much larger force.
Anyway,
than you
I
take
think
on.
it's not even important to talk about this with
I know, I just,
King
thought.
Diamond fans or King Diamond if he's watching. He's quite old anyway, probably quite old. I mean, his deathbed, just like many of his album stories. So, it's not necessary to talk about it. That's it for this video.